It's something every single one of us does every single night of our lives. And yet, it's still one of the biggest unsolved mysteries of the human experience. Today, we're going to try and crack the code on the enigma of dreaming.
So let's start with the big one. Why do we dream? I mean, we've all asked that, right? Especially after you wake up from one of those super weird ones. And it sounds like such a simple question, but believe me, the answer is anything but. And here's the really wild part. Modern science, it doesn't actually have a definitive answer. Just think about that for a second. This is something every human on Earth does, and the smartest people on the planet are still trying to figure out the why.
Okay, so let's dig in. Let's investigate this nightly enigma, because it turns out what's happening in your sleeping mind is, well, it's high stakes. Your brain takes this dreaming business very, very seriously.
Just consider this. Every single night, your brain literally paralyzes your body. Yeah, for real. To let your mind run free in these incredible dream worlds, your brain has to completely shut down your muscles. This is not you just relaxing. This is an active, deliberate safety protocol. So, what does this all tell us? Well, all the evidence suggests that dreaming is absolutely crucial. It happens during REM sleep, which is when we lock in our memories. It burns a ton of energy. And again, your brain paralyzes you for it. Our brains just don't waste resources on things that aren't important. So, what is the reason here? When it comes to the why, science has basically got two main suspects in the lineup. And the crazy thing is, these two leading theories are complete opposites. So on one side, you have the random signals theory. This idea says that dreams are pretty much meaningless, just the side effect of chaotic neurons firing off in your brainstem. Your conscious mind just tries to stitch it all together into a story, basically biological noise. But on the other side, you've got the emotional processing theory. This one argues dreams serve a huge purpose, that they're like a form of psychological self-therapy, helping us deal with the stress and emotions of the day. So which one is it? Are dreams just meaningless noise, or are they essential mental maintenance? Well, let's start looking at the clues, because this is where the mystery gets really interesting. Let me tell you a story. A famous one. We'll call it The Case of the Impossible Stitch. It's about a man named Elias Howe, the inventor of the sewing machine. And he was completely stuck on a critical part of the design. He had tried everything. The whole problem was the needle. He couldn't figure out where to put the eye for the thread. After endless frustrating days, the answer finally came to him, but from a very unexpected place. He had a nightmare. He dreamed he was captured by warriors who were about to kill him with their spears. And right before they struck, he noticed something strange. Their spears had holes right near the tips. He woke up in a flash, and boom, he had it. The solution. The eye of the needle didn't belong at the base, it belonged at the point. And that one breakthrough from a dream made the modern sewing machine possible. So I have to ask you, was that just random biological noise? A meaningless, chaotic firing of neurons? Or was his dreaming mind actively working on and solving a problem that his conscious mind couldn't crack? And this actually helps explain that unique feeling we get in dreams. See, during REM sleep, the logic centers of our brain kind of power down. But at the exact same time, the areas for imagination and emotion go into overdrive. They become hyperactive. And that's why dreams can be so vivid, so illogical, and feel so incredibly real. Okay, this brings us to a really critical piece of evidence. If dreams are just meaningless noise, then getting rid of them shouldn't matter all that much, right? So what happens when scientists do exactly that in a lab? The results are severe and immediate. When people are deprived of the ability to dream, they experience a rapid and total collapse in their mental well-being. They become anxious, irritable, paranoid. They just can't function. So if dreams are so useless, why do our brains fight so hard to have them? And all of this leads us right to a scientific impasse. We've got all this compelling evidence, and it's pulling us in completely opposite directions. So here's the puzzle we're left with. On one hand, we have this intense, energy-consuming process that our minds literally collapse without. And on the other, a leading scientific theory says it's all just random, meaningless static. Both things can't be true, and yet the evidence for both sides is pretty convincing. It kind of makes you wonder, maybe we're asking the wrong question entirely. Perhaps the purpose of dreaming isn't to hand us solutions on a silver platter, but to put us face to face with the questions, the hopes, and the fears we're too busy or maybe too scared to confront in our waking lives. Science, for now, doesn't have the final word, so the question really gets turned over to you.
Based on all of this and your own experiences, what do you believe is happening every night inside your own mind? Is it all just noise, or are you tapping into a secret language?